Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. There is a new Evocati 320 patch, so let us check out the details. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for the support, it is truly appreciated. So this build is apparently classed as the official first 320 Evocati build, as the first two were for specifically testing Arena Commander's Master Modes, and then the third patch was a stability test for the persistent universe. Now the testing focus for this build is Seraphim Station, which is replacing Port Olisar, mining stability changes, and the underground facility Rastar drop, which is just basically bug checking them, but more on this in a second. Now this means that currently the following features are not yet ready for testing, which include the wheeled vehicle handling improvements, the MISC Hull C, and the cargo refactor. These are partially implemented and they are not taking feedback on them at this time, although it does say that most of the cargo updates will function on other ships, so that is good to know. Now in regards to the underground facilities, as we saw on Inside Star Citizen, they have rebuilt all of the existing underground facilities using the Rastar tool. This isn't referring to these large underground facilities, only the small ones that we have in game right now, and this new Rastar method also changes the way that these mission locations are streamed in, so hopefully it will mean no more waiting around for them to just pop in, optimizing that whole process. Now the underground facilities are still all where they were originally, with the same settings they had previously, which means that they will function no different to how they did before, but there are some very minor adjustments to the exterior layouts. So as much as we won't really notice a difference between what we had and how they are now, the fact that they have been rebuilt with Rastar means that they will ultimately be future-proofed, plus it gives them more stability, I would think, as well. Plus, it's a great test for this Rastar tool for the developers in using the tool, helping to just expand that and ultimately get it into our hands sooner. Now, in regards to the mining stability changes, this is intended to make mining more of a balanced experience. Instability will now scale with rock size and no longer affect laser power, but will instead impact the transfer rate. Laser power will now have an impact on instability, with higher laser power causing higher instability, and it says that for this build specifically, to help better understand the effects of these stability changes, instability values have been increased by a factor of 100 to really test our ability to cope and counter the mechanic. So likely just an arbitrary increase for testing purposes, with more of a systemic refinement to come once enough testing has occurred. Also, rock type now correlates to the presence of specific elements, meaning there are two drivers to look for when it comes to specific resources, number one being the location within the galaxy for base resources, and two being the rock type, like a C-type rock, for example, for the available common elements. Now I do like this as it leans a lot more into the actual gaining of experience and knowledge through mining and the process of mining, so definitely more rewarding for those who do spend time mining away. Now to finish with, there were also 39 bug fixes, 5 client crashes fixed, and 8 server crashes fixed. Now I won't go through the bug fixes here, but I will link the patch notes below should you want to check out the bug fixes for yourself. So there you go, that was officially the first Persistent Universe specific Evocati 320 patch. Great to finally see it rolling out, and I'm sure that over the course of seeing it go through the waves, we will see more features come in, and hopefully hear about whether they are working on the back end for specific reasons. Here's hoping they can get through this patch pretty quickly, opening up all the other features, getting it into the other waves so that we can all start playing it. But with that said, if you do appreciate my videos, please do consider subscribing. Come and follow me over at twitch.tv/supermacbrother. I will be live later today. I have swapped my Thursday stream to Wednesday this week. Might be like that for the foreseeable, we will see. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, it does the channel a big favour, and tick that notification bell if you would like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.